are the 6 questions to ask before turning your home into a rental property. Throughout the day, I'm receiving calls from prospective owners saying, Nancy, I'm interested in moving out of the house I live in and turning it into a rental. And it would be really easy for me to say, great, that sounds like a great idea. But in good conscience, I run all of those prospective clients through 6 questions that you need to ask before they turn their home into a rental. The first question is, if you didn't own the home today, would you buy it as a rental property? In other words, if you didn't own the home and you had the cash equivalent, would you buy your home as a rental property? Because maybe your home is too big or has too many amenities or upgrades for a rental. Maybe it's in the wrong location. Maybe you'd be better off selling the home and buying a different kind of rental property. So that's a big question for you to ask. Second, how much will my net profit be per month? You've got your rental income and subtract your mortgage and your property taxes, insurance, repairs, management, HOA expenses, and add a vacancy factor of about 3%. That's going to give you your net profit. You need to crunch those numbers. That's a big question to answer. And then question number 3, can you emotionally detach from the home? Well, sometimes when I make an initial visit and meet a prospective owner, and they'll be so attached to maybe their rose bushes. So wonder, can the tenant prune the bushes? What's going to happen if they don't prune the bushes? How are you going to feel? And what if the tenant is going to repaint the walls or want to take down the window treatments? You need to detach yourself from your home. It's no longer your home. It's becoming a rental investment, and that's how it needs to be looked at. Question number 4, what are your long-term plans for the property? This is huge. If you're moving across the country and you're returning in 2 to 3 years, then it may make sense to rent it out. But if you're not going to return, do you want to have a property that's farther away from you and not in your backyard? Which leads to question number 5. How far away will you be? Are you going to be moving across the town, across the state, or across the country? Where will you be living geographically, and how will you feel about having a rental in that distance? And then finally, what are the tax implications of the property? This you should talk to your accountant about. But when you sell your home you've been residing in, you've been given a break by the IRS on your capital, on your gains that you're made on the sale of the property. And you may lose that tax break if you rent it out for longer than 3 years. You need to live in the home 2 out of the last 5 years. So consider that issue and talk to your accountant, and maybe you want to do a 1031 exchange. Maybe you want to buy a different property and rent it out. So those are very big concerns if you lose that tax break. So if you have any other questions, whether to rent your home out or not, give me a call. I'm Nancy Braun with Carolina Property Management. Love to hear from you, 704-550-4854. And thank you so much for listening.